Now we're going to take a look at the Experian Consumer Credit Report, or what's known as the Consumer Disclosure, the credit report from Experian that is offered through annualcreditreport.com and offered free to consumers who ask once a year. Now, as we go through, there are several areas that we're going to be taking a look at. First of all, we're going to look at potentially negative items, the accounts that are in good standing, requests or inquiries into your credit history, and your personal information. Now, Experian is a little more difficult to read than some of the other ones because they just kind of lay out the information without putting it into a format that's easily to understand. Here, you would have your name and the date of the report plus your report number. Anytime you call the credit bureau or call Experian, you'll want to give them the report number so that they can look at what you're looking at. Let's go down, and when it comes to disputing, or for CreditSense clients, when you're looking to contact the credit bureaus for disputes or to request changes over the phone, you will use the phone number here or the address listed here. Now, we want you to always use the address and phone number listed on your credit reports rather than on this tutorial, because there are times in which they change. All right, let's move to the first section, which is potentially negative credit items. Here's the legend that they use. Okay, it's 30, 60, 90, 120. There's voluntary surrender, repossession, etc. All of this, these indicators from this legend will be used on every single one of the accounts. All right, so first, they're going to have us review public records. So in the public records, it lists the particular court that it was in, the address of the court, the identification number, and who the judgment was in favor of. They show that it was a civil claim judgment, and it shows, Experian is the only one who shows when it's scheduled to be removed from your record. So for CreditSense clients, we recommend that you put all of this information on your calculator. You can also verify it, make sure that what comes up on your derogatory deletion calculator also jibes with this information here. And then, of course, put that on your implementation calendar so that you can watch to ensure that it was deleted appropriately and on time. That 7-year requirement is for right here. In this case, it's 9 of 2008, so it should remain until 2015. Notice the 7-year difference. So the next section is it goes through the credit items. First ones they're going to list are collection accounts. So just as we saw on some of the other tutorials, the collection agency is listed, the amount that is listed, and when the item is to be removed from the credit report. It's been reporting since 2007, so notice 7 years will take it to 2013. So each one of these accounts are listed in order, first the collections, and now you'll notice it goes down to the trade lines. So the trade lines include the account number, the address of the creditor, the contact phone number, and if you're a CreditSense client, you want to put that phone number on your creditor directory. Shows when the account is scheduled to go to a positive status, since it is just a late. And notice down here, 2012, 2011, we have okay, but notice January of 2011 was a 30-day late, and that's why that 30-day late shows in 2011. By October of 2017, it should be a positive account again. Now, it's pretty informative, but it is a little difficult to read. The way that Experian lists its accounts is it was 30 days past due, but then it shows the balance history. All right, and this balance history, it can be important if you're looking to reconcile with other credit reports for accuracy. So each month that it was reported, it shows what the balance was of that month, and when the payment was received, and when what the scheduled payment was, and the actual amount paid. So in January of 2012, the balance was $445. Payment was received on and posted on January 3rd, and it's a $25 schedule payment, and it was actually paid $25. Notice the month before that, though, $25 is the schedule payment, but $115 was paid. So you can go through each one of your accounts and see and reconcile with your own records whether or not this is being reported accurately. If it's not being reported accurately, it can be disputed. So every single credit account is listed. So we have America First Credit Union, the identification information, and then when it was opened, the type of account that it was, when it's scheduled to go positive, the high balance, high limits, and all of the information that goes with it. So here's Bonneville billing. You'll notice has it in alphabetical order. So America First, we have another America First. Then we go to Bonneville billing, which is a collection account, and it continues down. GMAC mortgage. So each one of these are listed in order of their location in the alphabet. On the mortgage account, everything is identified accordingly, and date opened, credit limits, mortgage terms, and everything in the account. All right, so here's IHC Health Services. It's a collection account. Every one of these are represented in the exact same way. As you can see, here's how they list the payment history. This one goes all the way back to 2007, and it shows 30-day late here, 60 days late here, caught back up, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, and it was foreclosed. This is a mortgage, and so we get the F indicator showing that it was foreclosed. So, depending on the account, they go back a total of 81 months if that is how old the account is. All right, now let's continue down. Since those are all the accounts that are negative, here's the accounts that are in good standing, same format, but the account is scheduled to continue on the record until November of 2020 because positive accounts stay on the date of last activity for 7 to 10 years. And so it was reported the date of last status was 2010. It's showing 11 of 2010. It's going to be 11 of 2020. This account will stay on there. So from the date of last activity plus 10 years is how long good accounts will stay on your credit report. So all of the positive accounts are implemented, and if you are a CreditSense client, you'll always want the date opened. If it was closed, you'll want the date closed, of course, high limits, etc., the type of card, so that you can enter them onto your appropriate calculators, your tables, and your worksheets. All right, so let's go to the next section of the credit report. Once again, all of these are listed alphabetically. Now here's the record of requests or inquiries. And these are inquiries shared with others. These are the bona fide inquiries that are pulled by current or prospective creditors. Okay. Now, notice we'll take a look at the comment section. Permissible purpose means that it is something that this person applied for credit and was accepted or denied, but was a hard inquiry. Office of Recovery Services, permissible purpose, and it tells how long it should remain on the record. Okay. Now, here is an extension of credit, so it was a permissible purpose as well, and Coles Chase again. So this one was done apparently twice. We have one here on 4/26, and then we had one on 12/24 of 2010. So each one of these inquiries are the ones that are shared with others and count against this particular credit score. Now, the ones that don't count against your credit score, they listed under inquiries shared only with you. These are inquiries that are either account reviews, or portfolio where somebody may be purchasing an entire group of loans or accounts, or they are credit disclosures that you have requested. So there's Credco, there is a Privacy Guard, America First Credit Union. Capital One is reviewing their credit score to see if they should send them an application for credit. Credit One Bank, LexisNexis Commercial. Each of these, notice this one is for insurance underwriting purposes. So all of these are ones that do not count against your score, but are listed as inquiries that either creditors or the individual has done. So going down to the next, let's take a look at the personal information, or what we call the credit identity. Now, notice here under names, if you're a CreditSense client, this will be particularly striking to you, is that this individual has 3 different versions of their name: Ray, E. Ray, and Eileen Ray. Now, then there's also K. So they have multiple addresses as well. Notice the address. So what we're trying to accomplish here is by cleaning up your credit identity, you're going to be able to get rid of the vast majority of these aliases or these alternate addresses. Remember, you're losing underwriting points and even credit profile credibility for every name above 1 you have, and every address above 1 that you have. So it is important for CreditSense clients to see that in this situation, this individual has numerous names and numerous addresses, all of which are going to get in the way of their credit profile and credit underwriting points. All right, and then the very end is important messages from Experian to know your rights. You're under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So this brings us to a conclusion of interpreting our Experian consumer disclosure. Again, that it's available at annualcreditreport.com and available to consumers once per year for free, or directly from the credit bureaus. If you have already gotten your free one, you can always buy this report directly from the bureaus for usually between $8 and $10.